Lost and found.
So Leatherman. Yeah, you knew that?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Didn't want it?
With everything going on, I figured I'd leave it.
Should I get some sanitizer?
Maybe.
We're gonna go put some trail cameras out today. This is a spot that Aaron and I hunted this spring, and we just saw a ton of deer tracks and deer signs, so we figured it'd be a good place to hang a camera up, at least for the summer. I had never been back in here before we chased some turkeys back through here this spring, and when we were buzzing through it, I wasn't paying too much attention to deer sign, but you and I came back in that next day and we found a shed. Figured we'd bring a couple trail cameras in, put them on video mode over the river down there, maybe get some cool videos. I think water sources are a good place to put cameras during the summer. Ponds, we put them over ponds before creeks, and this river, they seem to get down in there.
There's a bunch of deer right out here, even right by this water.
Yeah, Ted drove by here last night and saw a bunch of them out here, so should have some pretty cool videos whenever we come back to check it, but it's always just good to go back and revisit, at least just keep it in the back of your mind. We didn't have much time to go scouting around too much just because there was turkeys gobbling when we were in here last, but we're gonna go back in here and see what we can find now. That's kind of what we did last year, where Warb ended up shooting that buck with the decoy with you. We all went in as a group a couple times during the summer and scouted it, just got familiar with the area. And then you guys went back in there a couple months later in November, and there's a bunch of deer in there again.
Yeah, pretty much anytime we're out hunting squirrels or turkeys or whatever, we're also looking for deer or turkey sign.
Yeah.
So
You wearing a hat with your own signature on it?
I'm wearing it with everybody's signature because we signed the wrong hat. So it's mine now.
Caught up. Showing us some sweet rag flat.
So we'll drop that in right now. The sunflowers. Kind of sucks that we're never around for dove season. I'm hoping we'll waterfowl hunt a little bit this fall since Gooch will have all the stuff for it. Because like there's those couple days last year in October when we were hunting and those ducks were just pouring into that hole where we were hunting with Zach. It's just like don't have the stuff for it really. Couple ways, but there's still fresh tracks crossing it. Fresh deer bed. There go the deer. Looks like a dead fawn there. Dead fawn. Looks like the remains of a dead fawn. Yeah, it's just like hooves from a while ago. Pretty sure that's what those are. Dad, you want this for the mantle? Fawn hoof? Huh? Fawn hoof? Yeah. It's not too bad. Put that in the pocket. There's a couple we saw in Michigan that were just born. It's just like, yeah, that'd be a pretty easy meal. Oh. When Warb shot that turkey just up there and a bunch of deer crossed right here, he's got footage of them crossing the river. And there was a nice buck in there, it looked like. I think up here ways the river gets shallow.
This is one of those sheds that you wrote.
Yeah. It's probably under the water now. It's probably 18 miles that way. Let's go find somewhere though where like you can see where a bunch of them are crossing, I'd say. Another dead one. Doe, it looks like. Shoo.
Starting to get its summer coat coming in too.
Uh-huh.
Like it died not that long ago.
Yeah, they don't take too long for them to decompose this time of year, does it? I wonder how many of them die giving birth. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised to just see a fawn carcass there too, but there isn't one. That other side would be really, really good, especially on years where the river's up where you can't just walk across it, you know, if you had to kayak back in here. And like I bet there's not a lot of people that are getting to it. It's just depends on the year, I guess. I think if the river was like it is right now though, I don't know that many people would be crossing it. And it's not terribly far back to where we're at, but if you get on the other side, just to come walk this way, all this way, and then have to cross the river, I don't know that a lot of people are doing that. I guess that'll be something to keep in mind, especially if the river's up. I bet that'll be real good over there.
Big old buck.
Huh?
Big old buck.
Oh yeah. Jeez. This is a weird time of year to walk up on a hardhorn buck. You'd think they'd all be covered up. Yeah, that's a dandy.
Nice.
Left side's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool buck.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought you were gonna say there's a pond laying here. We probably walked right by that this spring and it was
I'm
just
sure
clear
we
as
did,
day.
yeah.
And then
Sure
we come
we
back
did.
in the summer and you find it. That's funny.
Uh-huh.
We've been seeing a lot of beds along this river though too.
Yeah, a lot of, all the sign pretty much along
Yeah.
the river.
I think part of it is just because like if something were to come from that way, they can just jump in that river and be across it,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't have to worry about
Mhm.
predators.
Oh yeah, I mean, speaking of elevation, they've got just a little advantage,
On
like
this
just the
backside
two
even,
to
yeah.
2 to 3 feet
Yeah.
Yep.
change in elevation above.
And they're always
Everything
underneath like
else.
those horizontal, like there's not a lot of cover in this river bottom, you know, it's pretty open for the most
Yeah.
part, but where you see beds, it's like where they got that horizontal cover, whether it's like a deadfall that's laying on the actual forest floor, or if it's just like trees that are growing kind of horizontally like that. You know, it always sucks finding them dead like that, you know, but you know that's a spot where like their favorite, most secure bedding area that's close by, at least that they can get to. So I always pin or take note of where you find one dead, especially a big one like that. Always seems like another buck will fill in their place if it is a really good bedding area or bedding location. And now we're right across the river from where we found that shed too, Ted, where all those other beds are.
Yeah.
On
so
the other
right
side.
here somewhere is probably where we should hang the camera.
Yeah. He's in a spot that would be considered relatively open, I'd say, where he can see during the fall. I don't know, he can probably see 150 yards up through there. It'd be hard to get at this thing unless you did come from the river, really. And
And that's what we have trouble with a lot in these flat river bottoms. Like we're walking to get to a spot and then
there's deer blowing out.
there goes a nice buck up in front of you.
Yeah. It's the kind we're looking for, though. It's good to know they're around, or at least they were. That's kind of cool right there.
You can see right from where that buck's laying dead at, there's a distinct trail coming right from where he's laying, right down across this river, where you can escape from anything coming from the main access, which is where we came from.
I've been using the image feature on my pins now just because you get so many of them and I don't want to take the time to type out something for them. So you just click those 3 dots there. It says add photo, take photo, boom, and then it adds it right to the pin. So like you don't have to wonder what that pin was for if you got a bunch of them. I'm not real good about labeling stuff, but the image helps me remember it. Because otherwise you just got a pin and like a couple years later you're like, oh, what did I put that there for? Getting right through there.
Oh.
Looks like a decent buck.
Yep.
Going. He gave up on us. You gonna come check us out? A little split brow. Might be more with them too. Bedded down. Bedded down. I feel like I gotta cross the river now and sneak up to him. That's kind of cool.
I feel like a bed along this river.
Yeah, I think we might ought to put that camera up, Ted. Looks like you can still see him pretty good up there. He's filming him too. Binos. Oh, there he's standing up. He's looking. There he goes. Yeah. He spotted us. Standing here wondering where we were gonna hang it on this trail. We don't know which tree to put it in, but we were thinking about putting it on this trail, and I'd say there's a good chance at some point we'll have a video of that buck if they do leave it here. This is where we found all the sign last time we were here. We found a dead buck right there.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a
Dead
buck
buck.
right there.
Saw a live buck. Bed down right there.
There's a shed somewhere down the river right here. Or that's where we last.
So this is where you found that shit. Right?
Yeah, it was right up on where he was over there.
Yeah. Oh, we're in them thick.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit behind that. That's good right there. Like that. Tilted that way. The top needs to go that way. Yep.
Is that good right there?
Pretty good, yeah. Just make sure those raccoons aren't gonna knock her off. How's she look? You got me here?
Yeah. It's real handy having that screen there.
Oh, you got your name on that rig, huh?
Yeah, this is the one I've been toting around.
People are gonna know where you're hunting now if they come by.
It's alright. I
All
wouldn't
right.
want to hunt where I hunt.
All right, so we got that camera hung up. I'm guessing that the next time we check it, we'll have our bows with us. And that camera's nice because it's right along the river. We can just pop up, check it, see if there's anything on it. Greg just mentioned how predictable this river bedding can be. It seems like they're always right along these banks because that's where a little bit of topography is. And at least along this river, it thickens up pretty nice right along the river here.
We got a good way to escape.
Yeah, and that's exactly what that buck in Missouri was doing a couple of years ago when Zach and Warb jumped him up. He had all that stuff in his antlers. And then last year when Grant and Warb were along the river there, that was early season. That big buck came in on, they almost got a shot at. Seems like especially during the rut, like they'll just beat these trails to death that are within bow range of these rivers. And if you can use the water to access, like they can't see you down in there generally. And if you can canoe in or walk in up that river and just pop out, you don't have to leave any ground set out in front of you. It's pretty foolproof, really, if you can find the right setup that's dialed in. Like, you don't have a lot of deer busting you and stuff like that. You got that dead buck right there. You got a couple other dead deer around, which obviously isn't ideal, but it tells us right where that buck wanted to go and bed down. So, I don't know, just being in here the couple times we've seen a lot of deer cross the river just in this little stretch right here. So I'm excited about it. We were just gonna hang a camera and then we found a dead buck and saw a nice buck, so you guys got a little extra footage. Yeah, and the fawn hoof, it's hard to forget that. Walk, 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 woo!
Put them on the quick dryer.
Yep. It avoids the car stink. First I was worried they might fall out, but we've drove several thousand miles now and they haven't, so I think we're good. Oh my God!
Shoot. I had no idea. Where's that guy?
I think he maybe went running. I don't know, he was lifting and then he just
active bunch.
disappeared, you know.
What? What an active bunch.
Yeah, what have you done today, Jacob?
I got 75 in.
Yeah, you already got 100 today
Do I?
on the
According to the Instagram post.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Would you like to critique his form?
Nah, I don't know what I'm doing. Not much of a workout guy. Looks like he's doing alright. What do you think he's listening to right now?
He's thinking music probably.
You heard his thinking music?
I'm assuming it's something with hip hop influence.
No.
No?
No, it's like actual thinking music, like studying music.
Not elevator music, but similar.
It's like binaural beats.
Yeah.
Binaural beats.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever that means. Makes you do stuff like that.
Start the lawnmower.
It's not gonna start itself, you know.
We could probably throw some cutaways of Ted in there trying to start his boat. Maybe you should do that one. Yeah. I always like that. Well, we're back at the house. Zach's on a run. Ted just got done stretching. Warp's working out. Mindy's making dinner. And we're going to do a live podcast here. I don't know. We're going to eat dinner first. It seems like it's going to be pretty good. It's my favorite meal. We got venison, cream of mushroom soup, and rice or noodles. And you just kind of all in one, and you just eat as much as you can until you almost get sick. And then we're going to wrap up the turkey tour, I guess. Finally bring it to a close. Are you going to cry, you think?
No.
About ready?
Yeah? Why are you guys filming me?
You look good.
We're thinking about starting a workout channel.
Oh yeah. Being a little bit mumbler than everybody else.
Check. Test. Loud. And when I get louder, probably gonna be louder.
Your feet are gonna make noise, right? But if it's making too much noise that you can't hear a turkey gobble a couple hundred yards out, then like
Slow down.
you gotta either slow down, stop more often, or find a quieter path to walk on.
What was that?
Oh my gosh. You okay, Grant? What did you do?
You not see that?
I was gonna fake trip into the trash can, and then my foot hit the curb.
I tripped for real.
I actually I hit the ground so hard, I just like slid on the road. That's good.
That looks like it hurt bad.
Yeah, well,
Bring it home.
I don't even really know what we're doing right now. On a day like today when we get together, we're just doing a lot of different stuff, just kind of like talking plans, making plans for future videos, shooting videos, stuff like that. We did a podcast today, right now. You know, we're just the type of stuff that that we do in a given day. You know, there's a lot of daylight hours in the summertime, so we try to take advantage of them.
We haven't met up and all been in a group since the beginning of spring, and like together as all 5 of us. So
5 of us plus Mindy, and,
yeah,
and Aiden was around. So, I mean,
it's good to just regroup and make some plans here going forward through the summer and the fall.
take it easy out there. Be careful. Stay safe, folks. If you fall, that means you're trying hard enough.
You're giving Buck 10 effort.
Good?
That's good.
All right.